How to add great information to your photos from your last trip. That's what we're talking about today. Hi, this is Frank Buck, and this is the place to be if you want to get organized and make it look easy. My wife and I had an amazing trip to round out 2024. We flew to Madrid and spent 3 days exploring the city before beginning a river cruise. That cruise took us on the Douro River and then on to Lisbon. As you can imagine, I took hundreds of pictures. But when I got home, the challenge began. What was the significance of that building and just what cathedral was that? It all begins to run together. So, what I want to do today is share with you something that worked for me that would make similar projects very easy for you. And it all has to do with Google Lens on your browser. You can do the same thing right now with any photos that you've taken. So I open Google Photos. Now I use Google Photos and I also have the Google Photos app on my phone. So that means that every time I take a photo, it uploads from my phone to my Google Photos account. And I do have the settings such that it only uploads while I have a Wi-Fi connection. And I think that's important. Now, you may house your photos somewhere else, but I found that Google Photos is by far the most powerful and the easiest way to go. With Google Photos, I have a field where I can put information about the photo. But again, with all the places we went, it's hard to keep it all straight. Now, if you're listening to the audio version, be sure to come over to the YouTube video or go to the blog post on frankbuck.org where you'll see screenshots of exactly what I'm doing. So in Google Photos, I have a photo on the screen, one of the hundreds that I took. Notice the spot where I can add a description. Okay, now notice the address bar at the top of the screen. Every Google photo has its own URL, and I've blurred the URL in this particular example just because of privacy reasons. I'm going to click in that address bar. You now see the Google Lens icon displayed. I click on it. Now I just click and drag the mouse over any prominent part of the photo. When I release the mouse, look at the information that I now see. You'll find information that you can copy and paste into that info field in Google Photos. In this particular case, there's also a link to a Wikipedia article that I could click to get more information. But in many cases, that short description that you saw in the sidebar may be enough for you. Highlight and copy the description. Now press the escape key. You're back to your original image. Paste the description in the add a description field, and you're done. Now you have a description of that photo. From there, just repeat the process on the rest of the photos. Your photos just took on a great deal more meaning. As an added bonus, whenever you search Google Photos for a term, the search will return anything from that description field. For example, if I open Google Photos and enter monument to the discoveries in the search window, the photo that you just saw appears along with some others that I took of that same monument. Hey, while it's fresh on your mind, why don't you give it a try with some of your own photos? Your photo library now takes on a great deal more meaning. If you enjoyed this episode, there's plenty more on frankbuck.org. Join the email list for 2 gifts, and you'll never miss a thing. Thanks for stopping by. This has been Frank Buck, helping you get organized and make it look easy.